Hello and welcome to episode 34 of the Swimrun Show podcast. This week's guest, I met him last November. He's the organiser for Swimrun Hydra over in Greece, a great race. Loved it. Raced it with Paul Martin. We talk a little bit about that in episode 7. Paul was a guest on the show back then in the early days. And we contrasted Hydra with Uto, the cold and the hot. That was a great episode too. So Costis is really accommodating and puts a lot of work into Hydra, and it's just you'll be blown away. It's hard to say, but if you go and you take part, you'll see everything that goes on, and I fully recommend it. I also recommend, if you need some anti-chafing cream, to try out Ocean Lube. I use it now on not only a couple of rub spots with neoprene and skin, but also on my feet. And I'll probably use it this Saturday, actually, in a marathon I'm doing. But it's a great product. It's ocean friendly. It's made in the UK. It works. Use code WeSwimRun, all capitals, for 10% off. And there we go. So let's crack on. We're going to dive straight in. Here we go. Costis, all the way from the Mediterranean. Hello. So here we have Costis.
I'm going to be in London the week after event in Hydra on 6th of November.
Okay.
And I'm going to speak in the XL, the International Fair of Tourism, about sports tourism on behalf of the Hellenic Organization of Tourism.
Oh, wow. That's quite quite a step up. Well, we've got lots to talk about then, Costis. So Costis Mitropapas?
Mitropapas.
Okay, cool.
It's written on my name.
I see.
You can see.
I see. Costis Mitropapas. And all the way. Whereabouts are you now, Costis?
Now I'm in Creta. I'm here in Creta Island to discuss about. There is a training here, and I'm the trainer, and I'm here for that, but not on sports. This is on business trainings.
Okay, busy man. So that's Crete. In the UK, that's Crete, right? That's what we call Crete. Creta.
Yes, Crete.
Yeah. Cool. Any swim runs in Crete at the moment?
No, there is only one swim run in Greece, and this is in Hydra Island. This year they started a new swim run, but only for solo athletes, and this happened about 15 days before in a place in Peloponnese.
Okay.
Very close to Athens.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear about that one. So that was the first year, and it was only solo. Okay. How did it go? Do you know how that? All good?
They had about 40 persons running this race.
Okay. So a good first start. Well, yeah, Greece is, I think, especially this time of year, I think it's an excellent place to swim run. And I suppose in March, April, May, of course. I know you've got one of the XTERRA. You've got loads of events in Greece. You've got the XTERRA triathlon. You've got all the open water swimming. You've got loads of stuff, haven't you?
We are running the XTERRA in Greece with a triathlon race and also an open water swimming race. Mm-hmm. We had that 10 days before the open water swimming race, and we also organized the OceanMan race.
OceanMan. Yeah, that's quite a famous one, isn't it? OceanMan.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, more importantly, Swimrun Hydra. So the only team swimrun in Greece for sure, and it's a brilliant race. I did it last year. Unfortunately, can't make it this year. I've got an event on myself I'm organising, but if I could make it, I would be there. It's a really special location, and we're going to dive into it now. It's on the first weekend of November, so there's still time to enter, and I fully recommend it. So There's three distances, isn't there, Costis? We've got like a 12.8, 23.4, and a 38.7K. And
Yes, there are three
what's
distances.
different? Yeah, and I mean, just looking at the map, it's over this island called Hydra, and there's no cars allowed. It's a little bit like Uto, but in a warmer place, and a little bit more height gain than Uto for sure. Clear waters, beautiful place, and so the thing that stood out, well, not there's loads of great things actually, but it's definitely one thing that some people maybe wonder about, because all the distances you can only do in a team. Is that right, Costis?
Yes,
Yes.
only couple of athletes.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that's, there's obviously a safety element, but I get the feeling there's also a social element with that, and a almost maybe an environmental aspect to traveling as a pair.
Yes, the island is completely different because they are not allowed from the archaeological organization authority to have even bikes on the island. No
Oh, no
tire, no
bikes.
vehicle on the island.
Right.
We have a
Hmm.
special permission to have two electric bikes in order to help us to go to the backside of the island to set
Hmm.
the terrain of the race.
Hmm.
But it's forbidden also for the volunteers to use any other way to go there. There are only donkeys there, but we don't use donkeys for our race. We are taking care about the environment, asking athletes to bring all the rubbishes back to the port to collect them and send it for recycling. And I think that all athletes knows that we are running in the nature, and we have to protect the nature for our future and for our kids.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I've forgotten that. Yeah, you're not allowed bikes on the island. That's amazing. So no wheeled
No
things.
wheels.
Okay, and that's to protect the terrain, I guess.
Um, this is all the island is established as an archaeological area. So
Right.
that's why for every action that we make, we have to take the permission. Even for a flag on the port, we need a
Wow.
permission. For
Mm.
all the signage of the race, we have to take the permission. And it's not so easy to
Mm.
handle this situation. So this is the sixth year. We found a way to make all this, and I think that is completely different. All the experience on the island about the race, about the fellowship, and
Yeah,
everything.
it really is. It's a brilliant race, a brilliant location, and let's just dive into the kind of the courses. So the initiation distance is called,
Mhm.
it's 12.8K. You got 10.8K running and 2K of swimming, and that's 4 runs and 3 swims. And then the core distance is 23.4K, 6 legs of running. So that's a total 9.7K of running and 5 legs of swimming with 3.65K of swimming. And then the long one, the advanced distance, 38.7K, 7 running legs, 33.9K of running and 6 swimming legs, total 4.8K of swimming. So a good range of distances there, probably slightly heavier on the running than some courses, but the swimming is significant. Especially last year, it was a bit wild, wasn't it? That was another thing that stood out last year. They made you were very dynamic. It was very windy on the south side of the course, if I remember rightly. So you had to change the course like about 4 times, and it made it work. It was still awesome. So you
Last
never
year
know,
was
do you? Yeah,
a tough weather,
yeah,
about 7 before the wind, and we
yeah,
had to change the terrain for all distances to make it happen in the north place of the island, not north side of the island. I think that this year will let us make the race as is designed. The initiation distance is for starters, is to start to see what is swim run, and there are small swims of 450 meters or 650 meters, and there are runnings of 3 kilometers and 1 kilometer to finish. Is something easy with no they don't have to climb up the mountains. So it's an easy coming swim run in your life. About the core distance, there is a tough starting, not starting, after the first running and the first swimming. There is a tough piece of running. You have to climb up the mountain and then to go down to the beach to have a swim of about 800 meters. And then you have to go back climbing up the mountain to the port, and then it's easy the rest of the race. For the advanced distance, except the first tough piece that I told you now, there is another tough piece, because coming on the port, you can swim a small distance and then to climb up again to the back side of the island, not the same like the first leg, and then swim on the back side of the island and come back climbing up the mountain again. But you have to see, you can see the tough beauty of the island on the mountains and in the sea, in the seaside place of the backside. It is completely different. It's amazing. I think that all the strength that you spent in order to be there is worth, because the view is excellent.
Yeah, it's it's. I mean, it looks. We obviously last year it was an altered course, but this 38.7k advanced distance looks really good. Like a really excellent course. Quite a lot of height gain, as I mentioned. I don't know what the numbers were on the amount of height gain in meters, but I'd say it's significant. So if you do like a bit of up and down, that advanced distance would appeal. And going over to that kind of south side, it looks like not many people go over that way, I guess. Is that right, Costis?
Yes.
Cool.
You can go to the backside of the island only with boat, normally, or with a donkey, or walking, normally, not on the race. Normally, you can visit those places, but it's difficult. On the race is the terrain of the race.
Yeah, it's good terrain. It's good, great stuff. So something for everyone. Yeah,
places. The beaches are amazing in the backside.
Yeah. I'll try and get there 2025. So and the shores, of course, the initiation. Looks like, really a nice course. If you've not done a swim run before, or you just want to, if you've done loads and you just want to sprint as fast as you can, it looks great for that. And it's also a
this
swim
year.
Yep.
This year, Nicolas Ramirez organized. Nicolas Ramirez.
Yeah.
Organized a camp in Hydra all the week of the race, and about 48 women are going to come from Swimrun Mermaids from France, are going to be there to have a camp with Nicolas, and on the end of the week to participate in the race in some distances. It depends on what he will see during this week.
Brilliant. Yeah, I remember Nicholas from mentioning he had a big crowd of people going out from Envol and the Swimrun Mermaids. So yeah, that'll be great. What a great week that'll be. Shame it's all French people.
Also from Germany.
Some British guys out there. Oh, good, it's Germany as well. We need some more Brits getting out there. So I'm just looking at the results are all up there from last year. Some big names up there as well. And it's a My Swim Run Championship course, isn't it?
Yes, of course. It's going to be a qualification race in all distances for my swimrun championships.
Yeah, so
It
it's
was
got the
the
whole.
finals in marathon distance last year.
Right. Yeah, the finals. Cool. One thing, another thing I've got to mention: the media coverage on that Hydra race last year was amazing. It was like live video and all sorts. There's loads of drones and I don't know if it was on YouTube or Facebook. I can't remember, but there was really good media coverage for it's not loads of participants for So yeah, that was impressive, Costis. Don't know how. Have you got a special
Last
team?
year, last year we had also a second team to cover live all the race because it was finals. We have a team that create multimedia material, photos and videos, and I think that we have a great staff on that to promote our race and to promote the island all over the world.
Yeah, no, that was brilliant. And I noticed another thing. The kids, there's like on the Sunday, there's some kids activities, some kids swim run, and a few other
Yes,
things. Yeah.
we have in plan. Last year we had also, but it was not possible to happen because of the weather. We
Mhm.
have in plan to implement some activities for kids with bike stability and stress run and other relays of running and things like that. We have in plan also to have swim run race. We can give them borrow them wetsuits. We have 20 wetsuits to borrow to kids that would like to try swim run, and we are going to install a small terrain just to swim and run three
Yeah.
times
Mhm.
each sport to be close to the sport and maybe be attracted by
Yeah.
that in the future.
Yeah. That's a great idea. Very good. So on the weather, so what you expect? Slightly earlier this year, isn't it? In, I think it was end of November in 2023. What are you
Yes,
expecting water temperature?
the water temperature is about 22 degrees now. I think
Okay.
that it is not going to be less than 20 degrees. I was the swim director of IRONMAN last week, 3 days before, and the
Right.
temperature in marathon was 22.8 degrees.
Right.
That means, and in Vula, that was having our XTERRA open water swimming race, it was 26 degrees.
Oof.
10 days before. So
Right.
the temperature of the water is hot.
Hmm.
We don't like that for swim run because they are
No.
wearing wetsuits, and we would like to have cloudy weather.
Mm.
I think that the water temperature will not be less than 21 or
Hmm.
20 degrees, not less than this temperature level.
Hmm.
About the wind, normally, according to the statistics, on the
Hmm.
beginning of November, on the end of October and the beginning of November, the weather is good, normally. And on the November starts the wind coming from the south. So I think that will be in the middle and will have good weather according to the wind strength.
Okay. Okay. So that's could be if you've only got one wetsuit, it'd be and it's say a normal kind of regular swimmer wetsuit, I guess. You'd kind of be hoping for the clouds, wouldn't you? Really, because it could get quite warm on some of those runs, especially on the long advanced distance. Um, Maybe
Yes.
practice your cabbing down because 20,
In
yeah,
the
20 to
advanced
20.
distance, we are going to give them water, cola, and Red Bull to drink.
Yeah.
Also, we are going to give them because in other distances they have to carry everything with them. But in
Hmm.
advanced distance, we are going to give them coming out of the water,
Right.
some out of the sea. We are going to give them hydration.
Good stuff. And just looking at the schedule, it looks like you've got a kids and parents hiking activity and a kids fun bike activity potentially.
Yes,
Cool. So you
those
got
are
special.
Saturday, Sunday.
a
But
Sunday.
also we have a walking, a hiking activity on Friday, on Saturday evening before the award ceremony, and we have the race brief that will happen on Friday in the archaeological museum. That is honor of us that they give us this place for this um, for this event. I think that everyone will like this place and being there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's a beautiful place. I mean,
Also, pasta party.
yeah, the pasta party. Even if you're not swim running, just going to Hydra is just brilliant this time of year. You know, in the UK, it's quite cold or coolish. It's recently been dry, which is nice. But yeah, it's a great place to go. And you know, if you've
Yes, it's
got
great place.
family and friends who just want to go for a fun time, I remember the after party was very exuberant last year, and so yeah, it's a cool place, beautiful, beautiful place. Now, if people want to go from the UK, what's the easiest way? Obviously, flying to Athens, but where do you from Athens? How do you get to
They are
Hydra?
coming to Athens, and then they have to go to with the metro in the port and take the high speed boat, the Hellenic Seaways Sea Jet, that needs about 1 hour and 45 minutes to get you in the island. Another way to come, if you have a car, is to go by car to Peloponnese opposite the island, and then with a taxi or with the ferry to come to the island in 15 or 20 minutes.
Okay, okay, cool. Two options there. Yeah, it's relatively easy. I remember it was a bus from the Athens airport, and then the ferry. Jumped on the ferry. It was very nice, super fast ferry. Always good getting a ferry to a race, I think. And yeah, great. Can't recommend it enough. The Vula, is it Vulagameni Ironman? How do you pronounce that
What?
word? The Ironman in Greece that you're involved with last week.
Yes, the Ironman happens in last week. I am for the last 2 years the swim director of the island of the
Swim
Ironman.
dirt. Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
responsible for the swimming course.
Right. Brilliant. And do you think because I mean you've got a good kind of control over a lot of events and you see a lot of Greece, I guess. Do you think there'll be more, there's this solo events new this year. Do you think there'll be more, swim runs in Greece next year?
This is going to be our 37 event in the last 10 years that we organize events. I think that it's tough to organize swimrun events, but we are going to be very helpful for everyone that will try to do that. So that is what we did in the Frogman. The Frogman, that is the race that I told you before. The director of the Frogman is Alexandros Vamvakidis, that is going to be for third year on our race. And so you are going to meet him in Hydra running this race, and also have been in the North in the Rockman running this swimrun race, and he is starting, I think, with a triplet of solo swimrun races. We think that in the next years we are going to have more swimrun races, and we are now preparing a second swimrun race to happen maybe on 2026. We
Okay.
need the time to prepare it because swimrun race is not so easy. In Greece, we are trying to organize the race with more security than other races in other countries. We have to be very careful with the port authorities and what we promise to them about the safety. And the race is trying to be not so tough as Otilo, because you can see then the blood coming from the knees and things like that. We are trying to find beaches for the entrance and the exit of the sea. We are trying to have many boats and security and rescue team supporting the race. You have to keep in your mind that in Hydra Island, we are going to have more than 52 persons for the safety, except the boats.
Wow.
So we have ambulance, we have doctors, 2 doctors, and all the communication team. It's not an easy race. And if you think that those people have to be in their position with boat or by feet, you can see that is not so easy.
No, it's definitely not. Definitely not. Especially, getting the boats around the other side of the island and the timing of, the first people who get to that swim on the backside, the south side, will be obviously a lot faster than the people at the back. Yeah, that it is complicated. I know. So excellent work out there, Costis. So 2026, what could you give us a little sneak preview maybe of what a location that this swim run might be, or is that too early
It's
to say?
not something that I can tell you now. We are working on that, and we don't have a complete idea about uh, our our proposals. We are studying on 3 different locations for the race. So, upon our decision about that,
Yeah.
we are going to give you information. You have to know that we are talking also with Otilo to be an Otilo race, this race in 2016,
Okay.
26, I'm sorry. But we are on the way of this
Yeah.
agreement. We don't have an agreement yet.
Yeah. Okay. Exciting. Would it be early season or late season, or is that still up for not sure?
What, please?
Would it be
Could you
kind of
please repeat?
spring? Would it be spring time of year, or would it be autumn? Or
I think that this will be winter or
right,
spring. It will be in the beginning of 2026. That means in the first 4 months
brilliant,
of
brilliant. There's
2026.
definitely we definitely need more swim runs in that period of time. Yeah, in Europe. So that's good. Well, good luck with that, Costas. So you're coming to London. What was? So you're talking about?
We are supporting the Hellenic Organization of Tourism is
Mhm,
a great supporter of our activities, of our events, and is a golden sponsor of our events.
mhm,
So, after a discussion with them, we asked them to be in this international trade fair in London. That is the bigger, I suppose,
mhm,
to give a speech about sport events and sports tourism in Greece. So we are going to be there with a team from XTERRA Europe. The general manager, Doug, is going to be there. Kostas Koumarialis is the marketing director of XTERRA, and me.
mhm,
We are going to give an idea about what is sports tourism, about numbers that give the opportunities of tourism via sports activities,
mhm,
and about the support that we have from this organization, Hellenic Organization of Tourism, that is great for our purposes.
mhm. Yeah. Yeah, win-win. Yeah, okay. Cool. Well, good
Yes.
luck with that. And bring your coat. I don't know.
After swimming on 3 of November, I need a call to be in London. Okay.
Yeah. 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 So
I once
cool.
been in 1 week from Arabic Sea that was about 52 degrees in Oman, and the next week I was in Norway with 23 degrees less than zero.
Oh
So
God.
it was a great
Yeah. Hot and cold. Yeah, that's it.
experience.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Good stuff. So how are the numbers looking this year for on entries across the 3 races over at Hydra?
I think that we'll reach the 80 couple of athletes.
Okay, so 160, brilliant. That's good numbers. And
in
well,
both in all the distances. So we
yeah,
are going to have in two waves the starting of the race at 8 o'clock, the core and the advanced distance, and at 9 o'clock the initiative distance.
mm-hmm. Good stuff. Okay, and entries are still. When do entries close, Costis?
The entries close 2 days before the race,
Okay, so
but it's not possible for anyone that haven't been prepared for this race having his wetsuit because it's necessary. It's
yeah, yeah.
mandatory to
Oh
wear
yes,
a
yeah,
wetsuit and be prepared with your couple athlete, with your fellow athlete, to be on this race to register last minute. Except you have experience and you just last minute decide to
yeah,
have this participation.
yeah. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of experienced swim runners who listen to the show, and yeah, if you want a Greek holiday with some swim running, or just a weekend away in some warm conditions, then yeah, it's a great race, really is.
Every detail about our race is in our website,
Yeah,
trimore.gr.
yeah,
But also you can find there the history of the race, the equipment tips, and
yeah,
Q and A's about the race and about the sport.
yeah. On that point, the equipment, I should say, the each participant has to have a tow float. That's right, isn't it? The back the the tow floats buoy that you give at registration.
The buoys, yes,
Yeah,
they are going to carry their buoys together and be tied with a rope together in the rope in the race. We are going to give them this stuff,
yeah,
also the swimming cap and
mm,
the hydration and Morton energy gels and bars.
Morton. Okay, people know those ones from Ironman, maybe. Cool, brilliant, Costis. Well, I hope it goes well. Sorry, I can't be there, and but 2025, I'm gonna come over again.
Okay,
But, I
thank you
look
very
forward
much.
to 2026 news. Keep us posted on that. That'd be great to hear about.
Okay. You are going to be informed. We are very proud that we have athletes from your country, and we invest on that direction because this race is one of the races in Greece that have more than 50% participants from abroad.
Right. That's good for the tourism, I guess. The old the speech in London. Yeah,
Yes.
great. Good stuff. Okay, Costas. I don't know. How do you say goodbye in Greek?
Addio.
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 Addio or yeah.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Thank you, Costis Mitropapas. Apologies for my continued poor pronunciation of European languages. But great to hear from Costis. Really a great guy, amazing race location and atmosphere, and just all the staff out there, all the media coverage of it, and just the friendliness. It's a great race. And if I could make it, I would be there. If you want a 20% off, Costis has been very kind in offering, because he wants to encourage more, UK and just generally more people to the event. It's such a good one, and they put a lot into it. He's offered podcast listeners 20% off entry. So if you email info@trimore.gr, that's TRIMORE.gr, and say you listen to Mike's podcast, there you go, 20% off. Thank you, Costis. What else has happened? I had a look at Frogman Greece. So I believe Frogman started in Canada, possibly, and they're branching out across various places. And yeah, as Costis mentioned, there was one a few weeks ago, and there's another one coming up on the 1st of December in Greece. So another late season European race, which is great to hear about. I was just last week chatting to Helen Murray, saying there's definitely potential for more kind of Greek island races, and there we go. So this one is called Frogman Prince, organised by Triathlon Club Corinth Canal, taking place on the 1st of December. Looks good. If you want a cold one, I'm pretty sure the Hellas Frostbite is still going, and that's the I think it's the last weekend of November this year in Sweden. That'll be kind of cold. We're talking definitely sub 10 degrees in the water, possibly sub 5. So yeah, if you like cold water, check that one out. And yeah, that's it really. Just a big shout out to one of my regular race partners, Paul Skipper. He's taking on Swimrun Kona this Saturday. It's a bit of an unusual swim run in that it's one long swim, and then during the transition, you've got this massive bike ride, and then one marathon run. Bit of an unusual swim run, that one, Paul, but good luck with it anyway. And looking forward to welcoming you back to the real swim run world in 2025. Good luck to anyone racing this weekend. I know there's loads going on. I'll be racing at my first marathon for 10 years. I think the last one was Amsterdam. And this one will be different. It's the Snowdonia Marathon, or the Marathon Orari, which is a big one, popular. And I managed to get a place. I was on the reserve list, which I'd forgotten about. And a couple of weeks ago, I got a message saying, you've got a place. So that's concerning, as I've not been expecting to do a marathon. So there we go. I just keep moving. And yeah, there's still a few, as I say, a couple of European races in the swim run scene. So, you can still get out there and hopefully catch up soon.